Well, hello and good evening. Good morning if you're watching this in the morning. This is Thursday's thought for the day. My name's Dave Brae. I'm one of the clergy at St. Peter's Parish. And this week I've been kind of reflecting upon my hands a bit because I've got really bad calluses. I think you can see them there. Occasionally I have to file them off. My kids don't like the calluses on my hands very much because they're scratchy and rough. And they hurt them. They hurt their kind of soft skin. I think I'm probably one of the few clergy in the world to actually have calluses on their hands. And I've got mine from lifting heavy weights. And one of the things that it reminds me of and makes me think of is Jesus' hands. And I don't know if you've spent any time thinking about Jesus' hands, really. It's not one of those things we might consider, but I wonder if you take a bit of time out to look at the Gospel of John and look at Jesus' interactions with Thomas. And if you look at Thomas kind of, everyone calls him Doubting Thomas. I like to call him Normal Thomas because what happened was just so incredible. It would be hard to believe at times. And so I think he's perfectly normal. However, Jesus shows Thomas his hands. And in that moment, Thomas believes because he's seen Jesus' hands and the nail marks that were left there. And it made me kind of realize that actually Jesus' hands would have been rough, would have been difficult. They wouldn't have been smooth. He was a carpenter. Jesus wasn't in a nice middle class job. He didn't sit behind a desk doing IT. No, he was a carpenter who was in the trade work. He was a working class man, was Jesus. And his hands would have been rough. He would have probably had a few calluses on there. And it kind of, sometimes we paint this image of Jesus as being quite gentle. And that's right, he is gentle. And but what we kind of fail to realize is that Jesus is tough too. And sometimes we go through difficulties in life, don't we? And we go through these hard times and we kind of wonder, where is Jesus? Can Jesus even cope with this? And I think we forget that actually Jesus' love is tough enough to deal with the most difficult situations that we must face. And we learn that from seeing Jesus' hands. Those were hands that were scarred by the cross. And on the cross, Jesus took the weight of the sin of the world upon himself. All those things that we get wrong, he made right. And so when we think of Jesus in the moments of difficulty that we face, we can be comforted because that love is tough enough to face the most dangerous of situations that we might ever be in, the most difficult of situations that we might be in. Jesus' love is rigorous enough to cope with whatever we may face. And so I wonder this morning whether you want to spend a bit of time reflecting upon Jesus' hands. And like Thomas, the moment you see them might be a moment of belief for you in the moment that you are facing and this crisis that we are in. God bless. Take care.